Think about it. You know dozens of dogs, but you almost never hear of one that simply died of old age in their bed. There is a deeply hardwired reason for that. What people call old age is usually something else. It is often a disease that built up quietly over time, or a painful human decision made to stop suffering. By the end of this video, you'll know why this works and how to apply it with what you already have. That idea can feel harsh at first. We want old age to be the full answer because it sounds gentle. It sounds natural. It sounds like a soft ending. But the mainstream view in veterinary care points somewhere more exact. Dogs usually die from a medical condition, not from age alone. The research here is direct. Leading causes of death in dogs include cancer, heart disease, and other medical conditions, rather than simply old age. That matters, because once you stop calling everything old age, you start looking closer. And looking closer can change what happens next. Part of the confusion starts with time itself. Dogs do not all age at the same speed. According to the American Kennel Club in 2021, smaller breeds usually live longer than larger ones. A Chihuahua can live between 12 and 20 years. A Great Dane typically lives about 8 to 10 years. The same source notes that Dachshunds can live up to 15 to 20 years, while a Rottweiler often lives 8 to 10 years. So when people say a dog was just old, that word hides a lot. Old for one breed is not old for another. A dog can be elderly by size, by breed, and by health history long before a family is ready to see it. There is another reason people miss what is happening. Dogs may not visibly show signs of aging or decline until they are very old. That creates the illusion that they were fine, until suddenly they were not. From the outside, it looks like a cliff. From the inside, it is often a slope. That slope is made harder to see by a trait many owners know in their gut, but do not always name. Dogs are experts at acting normal. The user prompt points to an evolutionary truth. Dogs come from wild pack predators. In that setting, weakness is dangerous. Pain can make an animal a target. Illness can make it easier to fall behind. A dog does not think about this in words, but survival behavior runs deep. The result is what many owners witness at home. A dog can keep eating, keep greeting you, keep wagging, and still be in trouble. This is why the mask matters. A senior dog may still come to the door. They may still want their routine. They may still try to protect your feelings by staying close and quiet instead of loud and obvious. People often wait for dramatic signs like crying out, collapsing, or refusing all food. By then, the problem is often no longer small. One of the clearest examples is arthritis. Many families see stiffness and assume it is normal aging. They say the dog is slowing down. They say he just does not like stairs anymore. They say she prefers shorter walks now. According to Banfield Pet Hospital, in 2020, nearly 50% of dogs over the age of 10 present symptoms of arthritis. That is not a rare issue. That is a common medical problem hiding inside what people often call old age. That number challenges a comforting belief. The common belief is that less movement in an older dog is just expected and cannot be helped. The evidence says older dogs frequently have a condition behind that change. A medical issue is not the same thing as just getting old. Even if aging raises the chance of the condition is still real. Pain is still pain. Cancer is another reason the phrase old age can hide the truth. The Veterinary Cancer Society estimated in 2021 that 1 in 4 dogs will develop cancer in their lifetime, with risk increasing with age. 1 in 4 is not a distant possibility. It is a large share of dogs. This helps explain why families can feel blindsided. Their dog did not become old in a simple way. Their dog entered a stage of life where the odds of serious disease rose. Heart disease belongs in this picture too. The research lists heart disease among the leading causes of death in dogs. And heart problems can be quiet for a long time. What an owner sees may be very small. Less excitement on walks. More resting. A new habit of choosing a different sleeping spot. A pause before standing. None of that sounds dramatic. But when you put those changes together, they stop looking small. This is where many good owners get trapped by love. They are watching their dog every day, so they adjust little by little. The slower walk becomes normal. The missed jump becomes normal. Sleeping farther away becomes normal. Drinking a bit more or showing less interest in play can blend into the background. Then one day, a vet visit or a crisis reveals that what looked like simple aging was a body carrying more than anyone knew. Veterinarians push back on the idea that stopping play or becoming less active should be brushed off. The research makes that contrast clear. Some pet owners believe reduced activity is simply a sign of old age. Veterinarians emphasize medical evaluation for treatable conditions. That is the better question. Not, is my dog old, but what changed and why? There is hope in that question because dogs are living longer than they used to. In the 1980s, greater awareness of pet health and advances in veterinary medicine began to affect canine longevity. In the 2000s, specialized nutrition and veterinary practices focused on preventive care helped extend lifespans. In 2010, Banfield Pet Hospital published its first pet health report and offered a clearer look at common health issues in older pets. As of 2024, there is increased awareness and research into canine aging, including senior dog diets, geriatric veterinary care, and pet health care changes. Pet insurance companies are also covering more preventive services. That progress changes the meaning of this whole topic. If dogs were simply fading from age with nothing to be done, your role would be mostly helpless. But if many late-life declines are tied to conditions like arthritis, cancer, heart disease, kidney decline mentioned in the prompt, and other medical problems, then early notice matters. Diet matters. Exercise matters. Regular veterinary care matters. The research states that a dog's environment, including diet, exercise, and regular veterinary care, plays a key role in lifespan. That gives owners real power. It also gives owners a new job. Your dog's silence is not proof that nothing is wrong. Your dog's bravery can work against them. A dog that still tries to be good, still tries to be present, still tries not to complain, can easily be praised for toughness while suffering goes unseen. That is the heartbreak behind the title. You do not often see a dog die of old age, because old age is often the stage where hidden disease grows, and because dogs are built to hide weakness until hiding it is no longer possible. There's a different perspective worth holding beside the medical one. Some cultures place more focus on active elder care for dogs, while others may place less focus on detailed veterinary treatment in old age. That shapes what people notice and when they seek help. It shapes whether a slower dog is seen as a patient who needs support or simply a pet reaching the end. Awareness changes behavior. Behavior changes comfort. So what should you watch for if the loud signs come late? Start with the smallest shifts. The prompt points to exactly the right place. Look at the eyes. Is the expression duller, more distant, or more tired than usual? Watch posture. Does your dog stand differently? Do they place weight unevenly? Do they hesitate before sitting or rising? Notice sleep. Are they resting in a new spot, avoiding stairs, choosing the floor over the bed, or moving away from usual family traffic? Look at routine. Is there less interest in play, walks, greeting, or food? Each sign alone can seem minor. A pattern is what matters. This is not about becoming fearful. It is about becoming skilled. A loving dog parent does not need to wait for a cry for help. The skill is noticing the whisper. It is seeing the gray muzzle and not just thinking age, but asking what age might be bringing with it. It is knowing that almost half of dogs over 10 may show arthritis symptoms. It is knowing that 1 in 4 dogs may face cancer in life. It is knowing that breed size changes expected lifespan in a big way. It is knowing that leading causes of death are usually named diseases, not old age itself. And there is comfort in that honesty. Naming the real problem does not make the ending darker. It often makes the time before the ending gentler. A dog whose pain is seen sooner can live with more comfort. A dog whose changes are checked sooner has a better chance of getting help. A family that learns the difference between aging and illness can make kinder choices, earlier choices, and calmer choices. The final chapters of a dog's life should not be written by silence alone. They should be shaped by attention, by care, and by the bond you have already built over years of shared routine. When your dog hides weakness, your love has to become observation. When your dog says nothing, your job is to notice everything. That is what changes the ending of their story. Learning to read your dog early is how you protect comfort, dignity, and painless peace. If you live with a senior dog, Or if you have loved one before, share the subtle sign you noticed first. It might be the small clue that helps someone else see their own dog more clearly and sooner.